Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. Everybody have a good weekend? Good, good, good. So, gap up. Gap still holding. The gap is still holding. So, obviously, we had some news that there's going to be a pause in the fighting. So, gap up. And we are going back and forth over this 75.11.5. And I think that's where our point of control is. It's just above. So, we've got good distribution. We're looking for a gap fill, which go to the Friday high, 74.96 and change. Now the problem is we've already corrected inventory a little bit. Okay. We've corrected inventory a little bit, so it might take some time to get down and tag that Friday close. If you see the inventory corrections so far, we really can't seem to get underneath this 75. It's just above 7,500. Well, 75.08, that kind of thing. We can't break that so far. It's going to take time to get more people trapped between 75.08 and that overnight high. Let's see what happens when we come in, right? So that's going to be a big level. And then, of course, the gap fill and the overnight low. Let's go dig in and see. I also did a fresh sort of balance range, just using this cost basis that we came back into. This was the original cost basis. We did distribution, we came in. Still haven't taken out that 74.06 level. And now we're back above 74, well, basically 7,500. Let's see what happens today. Thursday is month end. So let's see what the cat drags in for order flow. I could see that there's a seller at 14. So if you're thinking short off the open, okay, if you're building a little short position, you're selling the 12s, you're selling the 13s, right? You're looking for an inventory correction lower, right? So see you're short a couple of contracts here. How you're going to mechanically manipulate that trade, the actual execution strategy is to look here at 75.14, right? So you can see that the seller has moved from 14 down to 13. See that? Right? You got to micromanage these things if you want to make money. Okay. Seller was here, tagged 15.25. Seller is moving down. Now you can see that there are bids before VWAP, right? So I shorted a couple at 12 and change. I've got a bid in at 10 and 10.25, and I got filled on 2. Okay, my stop is 14. I'm short 12 3/8 on the balance. I got 3 more contracts to cover, and I've got bids at 10 10 and a quarter, and 9 and 3/4. 10 and a quarter got filled. Can I get some love at 10? And this is how you trade it short. You know there's going to be, they're buying there. Let me go and pay up. I'm going to go pay 10 and a quarter. So I paid a tick more, and I'm 9 and 3/4 bet on the balance. My last contract I'm filled. And that's how you take a short. Right? Seller proves themselves. You take a short, you put your stop here, right? You guys with me? Does everybody follow and understand the mechanics and the execution of that trade? So I'm shorting this level. My lookout is here. If I want to be really a big spender, my stop is 15 and a quarter. However, if it gets over 14, I know the trade's not working. The trade is based on the fact that the sellers are going to reduce price. Yeah, exactly, man. Now, if you're still short, what you're looking for, you need offers under VWAP, right? You need that offer to come under VWAP, and you need to take that bid. It's going to be around somewhere around here. That's going to be next bid. Just under 7. Now this blue line hopefully becomes a white line. Where they had support now, if we've jammed enough people above that level, when we get back, they should sell that level, right? See how the offer is moving lower and lower? It was here. Now, all of a sudden, if it pops back over 10, that's a warning sign for short sellers. This is how the candle chart will tell you so much information. All you have to do is pay attention. So we're going to open in what? Oh, we got 10 minutes, right? Yeah, it's a simple business. Keep your analysis simple. If you're looking at 30 or 40 things when you're trying to analyze a market, you're going to be very confused when you're executing. We've got this professional fighter who's living in our building. And this guy, when he throws punches, he'll hit you 3 times before you even know that you've been hit. And that's what happens when you're trading. It's got to become like slipping and dodging punches, right? You need to train yourself to react, right? You need to train yourself how to react. Oh, why don't I start my stream at 2? I used to do it at 2, and then I got really sick in April and I lost my voice. I know it's a little weird. I'll start trying to get back to doing it at 2. I just lose my voice, and so I'm just trying to save my voice. That's why the sessions are shorter. It's still, you can still kind of hear that I'm a little messed up when I talk. I think I had COVID or something, and it hit my vocal cords, and pretty much all of April I couldn't speak. So I don't know that I've been sick a lot in my life, but that one really kicked the living holy bejesus out of me. So I guess when you're over 55, it takes longer to recover. Kind of like a 74 Valiant with a slant six. Still running, but needs a tune-up. Okay, we're under 75.11. Hey, Donna. Atlantic City. Oh, cool. I've never been to Atlantic City. Always wanted to go. Most of my Jersey experience is limited to Jersey City. Montgomery Avenue, to be precise. The first stop when you get off the PATH train in the old days. There we go. Okay, let's see. Now we're forcing it under VWAP. Wait till the next candle opens to confirm. That's where the market makers used to all be. Montgomery Street. Knight Capital, Hill Thompson, Frankel, Sharp. Oh, not Sharp. Hill Thompson. Hill Thompson was a great firm. Everybody in that firm was Staten Island. What a crew. Not only could you trade with them, but they kept you laughing. It was like trading with Andrew Dice Clay. Hey, Mike, how you doing? Now, I know a lot of people are looking for a gap fill, right? It's not the same anymore. That's too bad. Well, all the market makers are now just warehouses full of computers. It's a lot cheaper. That was a good time. Okay, we got that seller at 75.10. We look below VWAP, pop back up. Now, a lot of people, if you're long, okay, if you're long, say you're long 8, 9, the 8s and 9s, and your stops under VWAP, and we get past 10, I think I'd say there'll be a seller at 11.5. Ooh, there they are, right there. Right? Now, I don't mind that trade when, see how flat VWAP is? When it's nice and flat like that, you can use it as a look below and fail level. And that's exactly what it did. Yeah, it's going to be a busy month end. Uh, Look at that. It's creeping its way back up over 11.5. What I'm doing pre-market is I'm looking to see where this thing may open. I'm looking to see where the offers are. I'm looking to see if the sellers are aggressive, like right there, right? That's an aggressive seller. They plugged them at 11.5, quarter, 10, boom, right? Let's see if that seller is still there on the open. Okie dokie. And we're going to be off soon here. So people are just joining us on YouTube. Yeah, the dude abides, Grain Monk. The dude abides. This is like a map of the city. And if we want to do business there, you go and use the 1-minute charts to look at the neighborhood. Nice and simple. We like to trade from the edges. Overnight inventory is long. It's 100% long. So it would be natural course of business to see some kind of a corrective move lower. If we don't get a corrective move and we don't fill that gap, be careful on the short side. Okay. Gap fill is down here at 96.5, I believe. And here are all the stops, and they're off. Oh, look at that. Came right to where we got that bid. Now, I am seeing if we can stay under VWAP, it might be a short. I'm going to wait for the next candle, right? I think staying under VWAP is a short, at least down to 2.25. If we can't stay under VWAP, it's going to be a problem for short sellers. Okay. This is forced buying. This is forced. There we go. There we go. Let's see. The next candle is opening, and yeah, short 7 covered 5.5. You got to be quick. As soon as you put your sell order in, put your bids in. I got the last contract at 4. I was short 2 at 7. And we're trading to the short side because of an inventory correction. Now the frickin' thing has gone and found a bid before the gap fill, that's not uncommon. As we came down here, traders would, because they have the cover size, they had their bids stacked. We hit them, popped. Now let's see. I like trades that are obvious. I don't like to root around for a trade because when I do, it never really works out. Now we got a green candle. I'm looking to see where the seller engages. Do they come in at VWAP, above VWAP, below VWAP? Well, they came in right here. Okay. So the next candle, I'm going to let this just trade itself out. If we do a look below and fail of 2.25, that might be the trade. And that would be based off a fail to fill the gap, right? I would use 7,500 as my stop, but wait till it goes under 2.25 and pops back up. See, it just tagged it just now. Take your time. It's Monday. We all have a little weekend brain. You don't have to trade the open. I don't mind trading a little bit of Globex. So I can make a little bit before RTH. Now, I bought this at 3.75, 4. I think I'm a little early. I'm going to use 2.25 as a stop. And I've got my seller I got one at 5 and one at 6. And I think I'm too early and I'm going to scratch this trade. I just have a feeling I'm too early. Yeah, I'm too early. Yeah, too early. Scratch. Right? Weekend brain, right? It's okay. You be a little early. The trade was to the downside. I should have not abandoned that short. Inventory is long. I thought there'd be more of a sort of a front run of that gap fill. Now I'm just going to be patient And the look below and fail of 95.75 gap fill is probably a better long if you're looking for a counter inventory trade. Okay? It's okay to be wrong, just be wrong quick. I'm wrong lots, right? Just, it's like when you're married, just learn how to admit you're wrong really quick. Saves you a lot of stress and money. There's always the next trade. Ah, rats. I'm not going to fall for it. Don't jump to 6 on me. Oh, you rat bastards. Really? Ah. I usually don't trade in the middle of the zone, so I missed that one. Okay, so I'm not as dialed in as I should be. My execution's off. I can tell that from getting stopped out on that one and missing that one. So 2 things in a row, right? 2 errors in a row, right? The second one didn't cost me any money. Look at that. Those rat bastards. There's quite a bit underneath 7,500. Okay, I guess we found the bid, right? Come on, backfill, you greedy bastards. Oh, that's just not fair. Couldn't bring it back to 5 so we could buy some? Greedy bastards. Well, don't hate the player, right? Whoever took that long, congratulations. That's a nice 2 minutes. Ugh. Ugh. Oh, you got to fill the gap to go underneath China. And we failed to fill that gap. And look at, if you see, nice work, Mike. I hope somebody made money. You see how the candles, like, here's what I missed, right? This is like when that skier on Wide World of Sports, when he tumbles down the mountain, then they replay it. So here's what I missed, right? There's a bid there. I should have been long. If I wasn't long here, I should have just grabbed some off the offer and sold at least 5 or 7 to 8 to VWAP. I mean, this is icing on the cake, but I should have picked up on this. So I'm a little slower than I usually am. That's okay. It's Monday. I've had a couple of good trades, but obviously I'm not as disciplined as I should be. When I'm wrong, I find myself, after being wrong a lot and studying the ways I'm wrong, when I'm wrong, it's usually a lack of discipline. It's either a lack of focus or it's a lack of preparation, right? And a lack of like running scenarios in your head before they happen. So when I'm like that, right, these trades I've taken since the open have been on the micro. So when I'm not 100%, I won't put a lot of money at risk. See, that's the thing, Jonathan. In a perfect world, you want to wait for the open of the new candle, and that's what I was waiting for. But we had a 14-point move in 2 minutes. Sometimes, you ever seen the movie Risky Business? It's a little before your time. That trade, if you were on it, you would have grabbed the offer at 3, right? As Tom Cruise says, sometimes you just got to say, what the F, and make your move. Sellers at 14, bids at VWAP. Now we're looking for the bid. Right now the market's been open, oh, a good 10 minutes. Right now I want to see if that bid, has it moved up from 7,500 to 4, 3, 5? That's what I'm looking for on this backfill. It didn't smell fishy to me, Jonathan. I was just not as tuned in as I should have been. Distracted. I'm a big believer in trading psychology before the money is lost. So I'm always, oh, and also I was short biased. That's another thing, Grain Monk, right? So I like to tear apart when I'm not performing well so I can self correct, right? And if I don't have the discipline to self correct, I'll get up and walk away. And that's how I don't lose a lot of money. When VWAP is nice and stable like this, it means it's not volatile. So you know how people say, do you look at the VIX? I don't need to look at the VIX. The VWAP looks like the view out my window in the prairies. It's flat. You can see your dog run away for miles, right? So it means it's not volatile. That's all. That's how I interpret it. Mm. We got some bids at 4. I was looking for a look below and fail of 2.25. So this thing might be setting up a new little balance zone. I'll wait for the next candle to open. Here we go, Jonathan. We're waiting for the next candle to open. Just because we missed that doesn't mean that the same scenario is going to repeat here. So now don't lose your discipline and wait. Yeah, that's where we can take those two-way trades. It's beautiful. All right. I like it when it's flat. Let this candle kind of open. We know the seller is here. We know the seller is here. Just under 7. Here's the look below. As we come into the gap again, do we get the same amount of front running? Or do we go to 95 3/4? Here we go. Nice work, Mike. Now protect that money, brother. I wanted to go underneath the previous day high, tag that stop, throw some contracts out down to the 94s, and then come back up. If that doesn't happen, there is no long for me. If you're short, stay short until it pops back up over 96. So you see, Jonathan, this time I waited for the second and that candle. So there's nothing for me to do on the long side until these sell orders complete themselves. Really nice open, eh? Big candles, Dougie. Big candles. So inventory's corrected nicely to fill the gap. To correct it all the way, we have to go down to 74.44. So let's see now if we can get back up. Now, normally we should be able to get back up over that previous day high and do a look below and fail, buying the 97s up to maybe 99, just 7,500. If that fails to happen, I won't be interested in the long until we hit 82 and 3/4. Yeah, I just wasn't on the ball short wise. I knew it was going to happen, just couldn't get the discipline to execute it. A little bit of volume. That's all short covering here between 93 and 96. You see this volume building out? If that holds, we'll pop back over the previous day high. If you are long, there will be sellers just at 99 and then here. Okay? Just be aware. There's a seller at 96. Let them sell. Let the large traders clean this up. There we go. Make sure you have your sell orders in, my friends. Right? Because it might pop back up underneath the previous day low. I mean, the Friday low. See? There will be sellers because all these people got sucked into buying. Right? Bid's gone at 95. I will be trading very light this week. The end of the month is for me to keep the money that I made for my clients this month. So that's how I do business. I will trade, but I will size down. I don't trade the mini, I trade the micro. I'll just trade 2 to 3 micros. And if I start like screwing up, if I make 2 mistakes in a row, I'll kind of sit back and try and get my head screwed on right? Snap out of it, you know? And if I'm still a little like I've got to go away for a couple of days on Monday and Tuesday next week, so I'm thinking about that, right? And my mind's not 100% focused, right? When you read Liar's Poker, Michael Lewis says on the trading floor at Salomon Brothers, their thing was you got to get up every morning willing to bite the ass off a bear, right? And if you're not trading our money, right? So when I find that I'm a little that means don't trade mini, trade micro. And if you start making mistakes when you're trading micro like I did, why would you put money at risk, right? Hey Harry, welcome to folks on YouTube. What do I think about GEX levels do you use when taking a trade? I'm sorry, Harry, I don't know what GEX levels are. Actually, never even heard of them. No, now, if I was going long, I'd be looking to buy the 76s. If it holds 95 and 3/4, you can go long. Buy a little at 96, 97, selling 99 and a quarter, and 99. Couple of points here and there. Right? You knew there was going to be a seller here. There they are. Right? I'm a pretty simple trader, Harry. I'm old. I'm pure order flow, and the order flow is on the chart. Right? So for a brief moment of time, we had buyers over 96. So had you gone long 96, you had to be quick. There's another look below. Let's see if it fails and holds. And let's see where they sell. If they sell into it at 7,500 or if they move down. If they move down, you want to wait a little bit for going long. Let this candle close and see where the next candle opens. Remember, if you are long, make sure you have your sell orders out. You can see there's a seller there just at 97, 98. Can we clean it up? Let's go. Come on. Need some buying. Come on. Get that phone room full of coffee. Get them closing them on the phones. Come on. Right, they're cleaning out that previous day high. That's the structural reason why there's buying and selling. People are covering, other people who are long here are selling. Not everybody who's long here pukes at the same time. That's why we're getting this washing machine back and forth chop. Real simple, right? You're buying the 96s and 7s and you're selling 99s. They will sell front run that 7,500, right? I mean, if this was 1912, they'd be front running 7,500, right? That piece of business will never change, right? So you're long 96 and 97. Hey, sell them at 98, right? See, there's that 7,500 print, right? And they sell them all the way back down to 97. So if you didn't get out, we told you there'd be a seller there. You should have been out. If you were long here, you're out there, right? You got to practice that. I've screwed that trade up so many times before I got it right, right? Is that the Globex Open? Yeah, right here. Good detail, Doug. Nice spot. Doug's had his coffee this morning. Just collecting contracts. So we've got definite sellers at 7,500 and under. Let's see if we can get them to sell at 94, 93. All right, you want to sell? Go ahead. There we go. All right. So that's selling competition. That's everyone competing at 7,500 and then them all going, you want to sell? Okay, I'll sell 100. I'll sell 100. I'll sell 100. Bing, bing, bing. Of course, it's all done electronically now. Let's see if we bid that 74.90 again. If we take that out, the next place you'll be looking for bids is the overnight low. And dear God, we're still in the first half hour. Wow. Right. Once they have collected all the volume under the previous day high, they'll take this cheap stuff and try and sell it up here between 75.02 and 4. Just remember that. And you're out if you're building a position is that 90 area. because they're positioned long, but they are selling, right? You look at this, they're bid under 95 3/4, offered over. Right? That's how you make money while you wait for the sellers to flush. If you hold price stable enough, buyers will come. Build it, they will come. You need the order flow to do it, though. No. It's called capturing the buying. Jonathan, when you are a seller and say you got 500 for sale, Doug will have 600. Sadiq will have 400. We'll all be competing, trying to sell. I have no idea what spot gamma is, Harry. I have no idea. See, that stuff sounds really cool, but I have no way to put that into a business plan. Like I said, I'm really simple. When they're putting it on sale, I'm short. If I'm not short, I'm waiting for when they stop putting it on sale to buy. Know what I mean? It sounds like a really fancy tool. If you have the wherewithal to build a trade plan that manages risk around it, that's beautiful, right? But if you're a simple person like me, all you need to know is where they're selling and where they stop selling. That's really all that really all that matters because it's a market, right? So they stop selling here at 85 and they'll probably start selling at 89, 88, right? See how they stopped selling here and they start selling there. Right? I'm old, right? I've been doing this for 34 years, so I I find this kind of trading relaxing. I don't want to have to make it look like work. It's already been work trying to learn how to retail trade. I'm looking for a look below and fail of 74, 82 and 3/4. This is the 2 times discount zone, right? So those of you who stayed short through all of this, congratulations. You're way on the ball. We said inventory was going to crack lower. It just took a hell of a long time to do it, right? It just took a hell of a long time to do it. There's a lot of really complicated trading stuff out there. I just, I don't use it. Um, I don't have the attention span anymore. So if you're short underneath 82, stay short. This thing's falling apart like a cheap suit. I finally shorted 80, covered a little at 77, couple of points, right? I'm bringing up the rear. Right, JJ's a little slow this morning. Little slow, a little slow. There we go. That's okay. Right? I won't tell you, like, I won't say, oh, I've been short for 30 points. No. I've been asleep for 30 points. I finally woke up and caught a little piece of this, right? Oh, I'm gone Monday, Tuesday. I'm back Wednesday. I was trying to go Thursday, Friday, but I couldn't pull it off. Looking for 74.66 on the downside. Let's go take a look at our half-hour chart and see where we're going to. Ah, 74.66. I'm looking for 74.66. We'll throw it in the room. Remember we were looking at, gosh, the market actually did much better than I thought. You know, we had all this inventory from 33 to 55, and we're dropping it on 66 here. Yeah, Harry, my method of trading and teaching here at a trading syndicate, I want to teach regular people how to make money, right? Where you don't have to read 20 books. Markets are simple, and we've taken them and we've bastardized them so much that, you know, people just don't have, like, you don't have a chance, right? This way, we just keep it simple. So I'm looking for bids at 74.66. We might front run that level. Yeah. Cost basis from the 24th is just there under 69. That's okay. Let's see if it can hold this. We can put some, yeah, nice tag of previous day value area high. That's a very 2016. What Siddiqs is talking about is we came right to the top of the cost basis from the 24th, you know, and so we sold the market above and we put it on sale and we came right back to the top of where we paid for it. Now that is pretty amazing. You know, you can see it right here. The blue stuff is where the majority of the inventory is priced, and you can see that we came, boom. We took this stuff here, we went and we sold it up here all night, and then we finally put it on sale back here. So now if we have to do a deep discount, we're going to get here. And if we have to, like, you know, take it to TK Maxx, we're going to break 74.30. The thing is, these ranges are big. Speculators are in charge of these markets. If you haven't noticed, this market has massive ranges, which means that speculation is rampant, right? This isn't investors how this is not how investors trade, right? Investors, you know, they'll trade like this in tight ranges, right? They'll acquire a position and sit on it. So what I'm looking for today is I'm going to see if we can absorb all this stuff down here and kind of do like a B-shaped profile. Let's see if that happens. So 74.66, that area. Let's see if we hold that going into the rest of the day. So we got a gap fill. Until then, just trade the levels, right? Find yourself a nice bid, go long, put your stop underneath it, right? So you can see it's going sideways here a little bit, right? So if it holds this level, right? If it holds this sort of square, now granted that most of this is short covering, so you can't really trust it. But if this thing holds, we'll see, Zeth. We'll see. I've been fooling around with this one, right? Just to see, like, so we've done a look above and fail of 97. Let's see where it, you know, I don't like to gamble going into month end, right? A lot of my answers will be let's wait and see, which really drives a lot of people crazy. But I'd rather wait and see than lose money. The worst thing is having a decent month and giving it all back at the end of the month. That has got to be the worst. That's like having a great morning and giving it all back in the afternoon. That blows. I do not, that's like a big thing with me, right? And see, I come from the street where every month end you're hiding from your compliance officer because you're trying to get your clients to pay their debts or you don't get paid. And they're hovering above you, right? So you're like, that's not when you're taking risk. You just want the end of the month to come and go, get paid so you can go to the bar. That's all we cared about, right? Just relax, you know? If you haven't made money in the first 3 weeks of the month, the probability that you're going to push it and make all of your month in the last week, that only happens on billions, right? On TV shows, right? Where everything just works out magically. And he and the beautiful girl go riding off into the sunset. But in real life, that does not happen. In real life, you blow all the money that you made that month and then some, right? How do I identify its short covering? Because here's a simple trick, common. Shorts are always the first to cover. So when a market liquidates, there's a sequence that happens every time a market liquidates. One is the first thing that happens is shorts come running into cover because they got to cover size, right? Number two, wholesale traders see all those shorts coming running in. Right now, pretend this is back in time. Now it's all automated, but the same business sequence happens. So the shorts come running in, right? They're like, oh crap, cheap paper, right? So they come in and buy. Then wholesale goes, oh, these idiots are buying. Let's build a position. Okay? They buy. And then retail starts coming in and buying. Now these are the smart money shorts. This is wholesale longs. This is retail. Now, how do we get this pop? Is if we get enough idiots who short down here when there's no supply, they'll short here, add here, and then when the market breaks 80, they'll all go to cover at the same time, and you'll get that big green candle, right? That's always the sequence. It's been the sequence since Commodore Vanderbilt ran Harlem Railroad to $1,000 a share. It's always the same sequence. So short sellers, wholesale longs, retail. And then the dumb money shorts that short and add here when they go to cover, all of the supply is gone. Right? So I want to see now if that 69 and 3/4 holds or if we can actually get down and tag 74.66. So because I was an executing trader and a lot of my clients ran short squeezes, right? I understood this intimately because we would engineer this in penny stocks. You would engineer a short squeeze. So you on purpose get people short. So when they went to cover, they'd hold the market up for you so you could sell your cheap stock at way higher prices, right? It's a wonderful method of increasing price so you can get rid of your stock. Looking to see at 74.66 how it acts. If it just blows right through there, we've got a little bit of size coming out, and let's let it. It's not that the level is anything special. I just want to see what kind of order flow we get when we get there. If it's a non-event, it means that their size hit that 66 because it's been good to us before. You can see the short covering here, right? You see the size? That's short covering. And then wholesale, give it some time. We'll build a position and they'll try and buy everything under 66. And as soon as they pop it over 66, they'll become sellers. Now they're selling. See there, see? Right? And if enough people short down here and come to cover, right? Let's see if we can pull this thing up higher. Look to see where they sell into it. I'm thinking 68, 69, there's going to be a seller. Right? Yeah, there they are. It's good trading today. Good trading. I'm going to need some more coffee. I'm slow. I'm slow today. I'm definitely slow, execution wise. Like I see it happening, and then I just kind of, then I zone out a bit, and then, oh, damn, it happened. Right? So, like, JJ discipline meter is not reading very high today. Got to work on that. There we go, over 66. If you're doing the look below and fail of 66, you're going to hit some traffic in the 72s. And the reason why I'm saying the look below and fail of 66 is here. Remember when we were breaking down, I said I want to see what happens when we come to that 66. Oh, sorry, that's a 4-hour chart. So just give it some time. If we can't hold and get back up over 66, you're looking for 74.55. And then what we'll do is we'll probably come back into this cost basis and a look below of 74.55. That's the trade I would love to put some size on if I was trading size today. Yeah, it's good back and forth, you know. What I'm curious is on Thursday, do we close the market above or below 75.11? And on the candles, you can see we're just going back and forth here in this big, huge balance. I've got this big range here, 73.55 to 76.01. The middle is 74.78, and we're just right underneath that now. So let's see how the day progresses. We caught a bid, eh? So there we go. We're coming into that. If you went and drew a volume profile, you'd see we're going to come into some resistance when we get up here. Right, there's a bit of position there. Good stuff. Anybody have questions? I think it'll be a rotational market into month end. Is this week all the earnings for Apple and all that stuff? I haven't looked. No? Cool. Okay, folks. We're good to go. I'll wrap it up. Okay. Thanks for joining us, folks. This is tradingsyndicate.org. If you want to learn how to trade using some common sense, like right now, I don't see a trade yet. I'll wait for an edge. Look below and fail of 56 and 3/4. I'd love that. But right now, just save your money. Wait till they show you a really good reason to do business. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm JJ. Have a wonderful, wonderful trading day, and we will see you tomorrow. Thanks, everyone. Bye for now.